Stephen A., it appears this is becoming a two-horse race for Rookie of the Year. Who do you think it is at this moment?
For me, it's Donovan Mitchell. And I'm not trying to imply that I would want Donovan Mitchell over Ben Simmons in terms of building a franchise, because I think Ben Simmons is a jump shot away from being the second coming of LeBron. This brother is on that level. But in terms of a rookie campaign, their first year in the NBA playing basketball, that is, Donovan Mitchell, as far as I'm concerned, is sensational. He's my Rookie of the Year right now. I don't think there's any question about it. When I look at Donovan Mitchell, it's not just that they've won 10 straight. It's the moments that I've seen him take over games. It's the points that he's dropped, which is 40-plus on a few occasions this year. He's just 6'3" out of Louisville, 13th overall pick. The brother is special, and he goes after it. He is what I wanted to see in terms of personality, makeup, in terms of his basketball persona. That's what I wanted to see from Lonzo Ball. In terms of the accuracy or whatever, you can work on it, but I wanted to see that level of aggression. Donovan Mitchell has it. He's leading the Jazz in scoring. They're a game and a half out of the 8th spot in the Western Conference. Ben Simmons is in the East. And when I look at the Eastern Conference, obviously it's not the Western Conference. I got to take into account the level of competition. I got to take into account the ball being in your hands and you being able to close. Donovan Mitchell, to me, is that dude. He is going to be the star of the Utah Jazz for years to come. Of course, you could say the same for Ben Simmons. It helps that you have Joel Embiid, no doubt about that. And we all know Ben Simmons, 6'10", ball handling skills, passing skills, basketball IQ. He's special. But in terms of what we're seeing on the court, on-court productivity for this particular rookie campaign, my vote goes to Donovan Mitchell if I had to give it today.
I have a soft spot for Donovan Mitchell, not just because he's a baller. It's obvious he's a baller. I mean, we're not even bringing up Tatum and Kuzma right now because it is coming down to Simmons and Mitchell. He's a baller, but you know what he has in common with my daughter Esther, Stephen A., and Molly?
No.
Do you have any guesses?
Coach Mackey?
As children, they were both coached by Coach Mackey.
Oh, Lord. Skills and development.
That's right. Basketball development. That's right. Skills development. The point is that Donovan Mitchell's a baller, but guys, even this year, Ben Simmons just better. Ben Simmons a different kind of cat. You mentioned 6'10" to 6'3", but even just in terms of the production, Stephen A., Mitchell's averaging 3 more points. Simmons is more than doubling his assists and rebounds, 7+ in each category. Simmons is shooting significantly higher from the floor. Simmons is, by the way, defensively, largely because of his size. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell at 6'3", good luck defending most 2 guards, right? But I got the numbers in front of me. Out of 488 players in the NBA, Ben Simmons is 44th defensively overall. Donovan Mitchell, 299 at their position. Ben Simmons, 4th at point guard. Donovan Mitchell, 38th at the 2. So defense is like half the game, and it's not a comparison because of their size. Ben Simmons is just far more effective. But even offensively, and by the way, forget about like advanced stats where Ben Simmons has a higher PER. Ben Simmons has higher value above replacement. All the advanced stats also tell you Ben Simmons, not by a ton, but by enough of a margin to say, yeah, that's not just a hair. He's better. But all the traditional stats, except for the counting number of scoring, which then is only 3 points, also tell you Ben Simmons. And that's to put aside the fact that when you see Ben Simmons, that's a potentially, transcendent generational talent. And you mentioned he's a jump shot away from being LeBron. You're right, Stephen A., but even if he never gets a jump shot, he will be among the very best players in the league. He was right to feel snubbed for the All-Star game. He is that good already, and at this moment, the best rookie this year.
I'm rolling with Stephen A. on this one. Donovan Mitchell is my Rookie of the Year so far. Obviously, it's going to go down to the end of the season because both of these prospects have been terrific. Matt, the stats and analytics that you give are terrific. Where were you when I was taking my ACT test? You would have been the perfect person to actually take it for me. I needed those points. I needed those scores. I probably could have gotten to Harvard and played basketball and changed the game.
If you would have given me some signed memorabilia, I might have done it.
But again, the reason why I'm going with Donovan Mitchell is because of his responsibilities to the team. Ben Simmons is no surprise as a #1 overall pick that he was going to come in, be a primary ball handler, and be a triple-double threat. But nobody expected as a 13th pick Donovan Mitchell to lead his team in scoring. They're on a win streak that's phenomenal. He's making big plays in crunch time. And also, he has now become the Jazz best player in his first year for a team that just lost Gordon Hayward in free agency. It's been terrific. Right. And also for the NBA, I got a couple of things. The Rookie of the Year should be a first-year player. It shouldn't be a redshirt player like Ben Simmons or a third-year rookie like Joel Embiid was last year.
I disagree there.
Also, the best 16 teams need to be in the playoffs. We shouldn't be talking about the Utah Jazz a half game out of the AFC. Why don't the NBA put the best 16 teams in the playoffs?
Hey,
and lastly, Ben Simmons is terrific, as Stephen A. said. This guy has what it takes to possibly average a triple-double one day. But I'm going to put something out there, guys. I actually think he shoots with the wrong hand. I said this at the draft. When you watch him play, he's at the free throw line, he's shooting with his left hand. But when he's finishing at the hoop, it's primarily with his right hand. I'm curious to see as his game matures and in this offseason if he actually switches the hand that he shoots with. And lastly, we talk so much about the process. Imagine if they'd taken Donovan Mitchell with that pick, the Philadelphia 76ers, or Dennis Smith Jr., or Tatum. They took Markelle Fultz, #1, who they're redshirting because he has a broken jump shot, and they're still won 5 out of 6. Both of these guys have been impressive, but right now I have to give it to Donovan Mitchell.